Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Well. And today it's all about self-forgiveness. It's a big topic, it's a big theme. And I hope you can join me just for a 10, 15 minutes where we talk about the power of forgiveness, not only to others, but also to yourself. Because I see many people struggling um, with perfectionism. Actually, they kind of tend to see this first as a advantage, as something very positive, but it's tripping them up big time because perfection is kind of a web that's weaving around you or where people step into, and it's kind of illusionary. It becomes an illusion because um, what is perfect? There is no definition to it. Improvement is always possible. Even the most perfect persons or artists or celebrities or scientists always find something else that they can do or improve. And I think to live a happy, joyful life, it's very, very important to embrace the possibility of imperfection. And as a next step, to embrace imperfection and understanding that mistakes are an inherent part of your human beingness, of your human experience, of other people's humanness. So that's kind of number one. Wanting to embrace imperfection is a choice. It's hard for those perfectionists out there, and maybe you are one of them. But of course, you can strive to do things at your best. But achieving perfectionism is kind of a danger zone. You have to be very strong and very resilient to be able to deal with disappointments that are very often linked to this. So, as an immediate second angle to this perspective is, of course, that mistakes are lessons in disguise. I mean, that's what you know. But do you live that way as well? Are you seeing other people's mistakes as big failures, or do you grant them also permission to grow? So that's really something that you can, yeah, self-reflect on. Like, if you make a mistake, do you call yourself stupid, or um, what you do, hey, Margaret, don't mess up, or are you getting annoyed by it? Or do you say, like, okay, hey, too bad, on to the next thing, next time I do things better? So if you take your mistakes and you kind of twist them upside down, become conscious about it, yes, you can judge them, you can label them, you can say, like, okay, this is really, really stupid that I did it this way, or I really should have thought better about it. Learn from that and just commit to doing it better next time. So, and if you struggle with doing it then better the next time, even though you did commit, then slow down, become more conscious to the way you speak, to the way you act, to the way you actually do things. So, lessons are great, mistakes are okay, they are stepping stones in your growth journey. So, yeah, with the perfectionists I've met in my life, and I'm still meeting many of them, um, they're actually quite kind to others, but they are very harsh on themselves. And I really would like to invite you, if you relate to this whole idea of finding it hard to self-forgive, or to striving always for perfection, and maybe even demanding this from others as well. But um, are you kind to yourself? Again, I just mentioned it already. Do you speak in kind no tones to yourself? Um, do you treat yourself with respect, like how you would treat a stranger, or how you would treat the leaders of your country, or how you would treat your preferred teachers? I mean, um, do you address yourself with understanding and empathy? Because it is crucially important to be compassionate with yourself. Life is not always easy. Actually, in many cases, it can be very hard. You can be in straining relationships or in difficult situations at work or just very demanding tasks at work with huge, big responsibilities. Um, it's totally normal. And I know normal is not maybe where you want to be. You can be better as normal, but it's totally normal to not always achieve what you had set out to achieve and or not always achieve it in a way that you had wanted to achieve it. So be self-compassionate. It's really something that I find important. um, yeah, there's a sweetness to it, and it's okay to say to yourself, yeah, I am kind to myself. Try this. How does it feel when you say, I am kind to myself? It doesn't mean that you can't work hard. It doesn't mean that you're not fully dedicated. It doesn't mean that you're not ready or committed to go all in. But just say, I am kind to myself. And with that comes also setting realistic expectations because you set yourself up for failure if your expectations are too high. I mean, I'm coming from a sports world. I know the importance of setting great goals, uh, kind of challenging yourself, but in a positive way, trying to get the best out of yourself in a positive way, not because you have to, but simply because you want to. And it's important that these expectations are in tune with your capabilities. Have you been trained up to this? Have you trained your skills? Unrealistic expectations are really, really hard because then you immediately get into this downfall and in this um, negative spiral of disappointment. And disappointment is just disastrous because it pulls out all energy, all joy, all all fun actually out of everything that you do. I think disappointment is so closely linked to expectations and vice versa that both of them they need to go in the fridge because they actually pull you away from being and enjoying your life. Um, yeah, it leads to self-condemnation, and that is uh, detrimental. I think that's the right word. Um, so yeah, then how to go about this? Basically, almost like you say, it's almost a sum up, a wrap up already of what I just mentioned. A positive inner dialogue is crucial. Cultivate it, prioritize it, catch yourself and your thoughts because your words they locate you. Your thoughts shape your reality, and many people find it hard to understand what I mean with this. But I mean, it's buzzing around the internet. I mean, it's buzzing through the ages. It's buzzing through centuries in old ancient words of all religions. Delve into the importance of using beautiful, great words. It is so possible that you become your own best fan, that you become your own. And again, this is not coming from any arrogance or like, oh, look at me, how fantastic I am. No, not at all. It's just an encouraging tone. Um, a voice that says like, hey, you can do this, yeah, try again, you can it doesn't matter what the mistake you just made, try to not make it again. I mean, it's all these things that you can say in a positive way and to really shift criticism, this inner critic voice, into self encouragement. That's the environment you want to create within, because that is the environment where you can nurture self forgiveness and you can yeah, you can decide, for example, on one topic that you will say to yourself, okay, I'm not going to beat myself up with ugly words, with negative words. For example, during cooking or something else that you're doing, maybe doing sports. Okay, so you set yourself a challenge, um, I don't know, running or whatever, and then it's not happening, or yes, you go, but you're not doing what you want to do. And then you say like, oh, this or this or this. Try to, not saying it, try to flip your words and then express it. Something positive. Even if you're in the midst of a mistake, in the midst of disappointment, in the midst of something that is not as pretty or beautiful or correct as you had it set out to be. So, learning how to forgive yourself is really an act of self love. And if you truly love yourself, you also won't harm others, or at least will harm others less. And as you journey through imperfection, it's important to reflect on the lessons that you learn from your mistakes and commit to doing it better. Embrace the self compassion, set the realistic expectations, and hold a positive inner dialogue as your standard. As your standard. Who are you to talk so bad towards yourself? Why would you do that? It's causing so much negative feelings outside of you, inside of you. I mean, it is just not how life has to be. And you can choose, now that you've listened to this, you can choose to end that here. And also that is a journey. I mean, it's a learning journey. Again, it's a growth journey. Again, yes, again and again. And you can always grow. But one of the first things to do, that's why it's so early on in the WOW broadcast that I tackle this topic, is to really cultivate a positive dialogue with yourself. If you do that, you open doors to a life filled with way more fun, growth, resilience, and a lot of liberating love. It exists. It's there for you. Please go after it. So yeah, let me know. Let me know how it goes, because it's nice if we share insights and experiences within the community. You can hop into the Doing Life Happier Facebook group or leave some comments here on the page. And I hope that this week you really try to reflect on these things. Are you okay with you being imperfect? Do you see that perfectionism is a kind of illusion? Can you reflect on the mistakes that you make? Can you embrace self compassion? It's a choice. And if you don't love yourself enough yet, seek help. Uh, Look for things. I mean, bring yourself into experience with what it means to love yourself. I mean, I don't know, put body milk. I mean, there's so many ways that you can start taking better care of yourself. True self love, true self care is going inwards and paying attention to what you are in denial of. So set realistic expectations and hold a positive inner dialogue as your standard. Really, for sure, your whole week will be already so much better. I'm 100% sure about it. If you want support, just get back here into the group. We can help each other. We are here for each other. So I'm wishing you a wonderful week filled with self compassion, self love, and yes, self forgiveness. Have a great week. Bye.